Alright, hi everyone, John here with Web Dev for You, here to help you build awesome websites without code. And today is part 4 of the Casually Building in Webflow series, where we are building this workspace template in Webflow. So we're going from Figma to Webflow. So if you're just stumbling upon this video and you're new to Webflow, you can sign up for Webflow in the description area below. And there's also parts 1 through 3 on my YouTube channel. So this is part 4, and I'll go ahead and get started. So let me start here. Go ahead and mute it. So nice, we got the 10 minutes, and I'll go ahead and begin. So today let's start building this customer satisfaction section. So I'll go into Webflow. Yeah, so yesterday we built out the slider. We still have to customize the slider buttons, but I'm not sure if we're going to place the buttons up here. We could, but I kind of like them where they are. Maybe I will add those at some point, but let's go ahead and move on to the customer section right here and go into Webflow, and we'll add that section. So I'll add a section, and I'll call this customer section. And in here, we'll add a div, we'll add a container. So we'll give it the class container. And cool. So customer section, let's give it a padding of 10 VW from the left and 10 VW from the right. And I'll add a lot of padding so we can scroll initially, like so. So in the container, we're going to so it looks like we have an image here, then we have a heading. So let's see. So I'm going to have an image on the left and then content on the right. So I'm going to have 2 div blocks. So here I'll add a div, and I'll call this customer image wrapper. And let's go ahead and set this to 30%. And let's set the height of this image wrapper to 400 pixels in height. I think that's a good height. And I'll just add a placeholder image for now. And we'll do something like that. Set it to cover and center. And something like that. Looks good. And then we'll add another div. And actually in the container, I like putting content inside of a main wrapper, so not just in the container, and that sometimes gives me a little bit more flexibility. So here I can set the customer wrapper to flex, horizontal, align, stretch, and justify left without affecting all the containers on the page. So this is going to be customer content wrapper, and we'll just make this 70%, and that looks good. And then I'll go ahead and add a heading in here. We'll make it H3, and we'll say customer satisfaction is our priority. Not even sure if these should be headings, but we'll just leave them as headings for now. And the spacing, we'll say 100 pixels from the right. And let's go ahead and make this image wrapper 40% instead of 30, and then we'll make this 60%. Or we can set 100 because it's just spanning. Oh no. You know what? Let's just do this. There we go. Cool. So it fills the available space. Using the sizing property. And then we'll add a paragraph, and we'll copy this into here, and then we'll have a div, and this will be let's say customer numbers wrapper, and then in here we'll add a div customer number item, and let's make this customer number wrapper. We don't need it to be plural there. Then I'll go ahead and add a text block, customer number, and let's style this to 40-60 line height. So pop-ins right here, 40 pixels in size, and the line height is 60, and it's a font weight of 600. Okay, so this is 270K plus, and the color is orange. I feel like it, yeah, semi-bold, not bold. Okay, and then we'll add a text block in the customer number item. So we'll add a text block and customer, so we'll say happy customers. And let me go to the body and style the body all pages, and we'll make the text 1421. We'll say pop-ins 1421, and we'll set it to, so by changing the body all pages, we don't have to go kind of back and forth. As soon as we add some text now, it'll be in the body all pages style. Okay, so there we have the customer number item, and I'll just copy and paste 3 times. And for the customer number wrapper, I'll set it to flex and horizontal, align stretch, and justify left. And then we will, let's see if we change the customer number item to grow if possible. Perfect. Yes. So now we have equal distance between these numbers. So we have 270, 4700, and 147. So partners, countries. I think that's a lot of countries, but okay, we'll just leave it like that, and we'll call this customer paragraph. And we'll say maybe 40 pixels. Yep, perfect. And this should be 16 from here. This should be customer heading 16. Cool. That looks great. So we just need to adjust the spacing here. I'm gonna set this to 100. Maybe 200. All right, so we scroll down, we have this section, and we have this section with the slider. Oops. And we have customer satisfaction section. Coolio, 40 and 46. Let me just make sure that's the right size. Yep. And I'm gonna add some character width, maybe oops, should be 30 ch. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Cool. So we've done that section, and yeah, let's go ahead and try to style the slider buttons here now that we have a little bit of time. So what I'm going to do here is call this slider right arrow. I'm going to try to position it in the upper right. Nope. Give it a specific width and height. 62 by 62. And place it in the upper right, and then move it up. Give it a background color of this. And yeah, sometimes it's difficult with these buttons because you don't know how they're gonna look on tablet and mobile, so we'll try it. slider left arrow, and say 62 by 62. And we'll also, we'll give it a background color of grayish, and we'll position it absolute in the upper right, move it up 20%, and then we'll move it to the left 7%, or 8. Okay. That's not bad. And so what I'd have to do here is export these arrows, which I'll do tomorrow. And we'll have our nice slider. Actually, I kind of like that. All right. Cool. So that's our time. Tomorrow we'll add the blog posts, or the different workspaces, and we'll add them to the CMS. And that way we can add workspaces to the CMS and then just reference it here. We'll create the card and then reference it here tomorrow, and then we'll add a video. I think we can do all this tomorrow. And yeah, and then we'll add this section, what customers are saying, and then the footer. But yeah, so far it's looking good. And again, this template will be available for free once it is done. Let me just add a little less spacing here. Yeah, it'll be available for free, and I'll add a few more images in here. But yeah, this section looks nice. All right, so yeah, that's it for today's casual session. Again, you can find plenty of links in the description area below on signing up for Webflow. You know, you get to view my profile as well. I have tons of free templates and interactions, and that's all in the link area below. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial. Thank you. Bye.